So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to process intensive VLBI sessions with the Vienna VLBI and satellite software VieVS. The first thing you need to do is to set an input file. So go to File, Set Input Files, and here navigate to Browse for VGUSDB. I will pick any session here, so let's say this one here. So you can now either double click it or send it with the button Add to the right. I will double click it and then say Done. Now the default settings of VieVS are actually intended for global sessions. Global sessions are VLBI sessions with a series of telescopes participating, observing the whole sky over a whole day. Intensive sessions, however, are different because they only have 2 participating stations, or sometimes 3, and they only observe for 1 hour and only observe a very limited number of observations. So global sessions have thousands of observations, but intensive sessions only have some 30 or 40 observations. And the sole intention why we have intensive VLBI sessions is actually to get the DUT1 value. So everything else is not important, but we want to get the DUT1. That is the reason why we need to change some of the settings here in VieVS. So first we go to Leastsquarestroposphere. We uncheck these 2 boxes here because we do not want to estimate gradients. We simply do not have enough data for this. And we only estimate 1 single zenith wet delay per day. So this is specified in minutes, and 1440 minutes equals to 1 value per day. And we also specify tight constraints here. So let's insert 0.1. Then let's move on to the next part here. We have the clocks. Here we say that we want to estimate piecewise linear offsets for the clock and no relative constraints. So uncheck this box here. Go further to the EUPs. We do not want to estimate polar motion and no nutation parameters, only the DUT1. The estimation interval here is already fine, and also the constraints, the relative constraints. Then next part is station coordinates. Uncheck this box as well because we do not want to estimate station coordinates, and also we do not want to estimate source coordinates, so also uncheck this box here. And the last part we need to set is here on Run, VieVS estimation settings. Here we say that the first solution should only have 1 offset per clock. This is now everything which we had specified, and from these settings we can now estimate the intensive sessions. But what might be important for you, since we have made many adaptations here, you can save these settings which we have just made into a parameter file. So go to File, Parameter Files, and save this parameter file. I will now call it tutorial and save it. In my case, I want to replace it because I've already created one in my format drive this video. Now we have saved this. If you now close VieVS and open it again, you can just go to File, Parameter Files, Load Parameters, and then load this tutorial file, and all the settings which we have just made will be again in the GUI. Now, last step before we can analyze the sessions is to go to Run Options and just specify any set directory here. I will call it simply tutorial. Now we're good to run the session by clicking on Save and Run. We can follow what is going on in the comment window. So intensive sessions are usually analyzed very quickly. We have the VMod part here. We see also, so first we have the VInit part. Here we see that we have 2 stations participating, Koki on Hawaii and Wetzel in Germany. You can see on this map here, so they are very far away from each other, and they have a very different geographic longitude, and this is extremely important for estimating DUT1. Then we see the VMod part, which is the second part of VieVS, and last but not least the VLSM part. So this is the most important part because here actually the unknowns are estimated. In our case, this is DUT1. So we do not have to worry about this warning message for now. We see that the chi-squared, which means the quality of our analysis, is pretty good. So that is fine. Now let's check the parameter which we have estimated. In fact, this is DUT1. So here, just specify your subdirectory, load it, and then you have this one session already specified here. If we then go to DUT1, we can see the plot of the DUT1 which we have just estimated. So this is actually the result of our intensive session analysis. Now, if you want to have this data not only inside VieVS, but also do your own calculations with it, you can go to the VLBI, the VieVS VLBI data structure, then navigate to Data, Level 3. So in Level 3, all the estimated values are stored. Then go to your subdirectory and pick this x underscore file. Pick it, move it to the MATLAB comment window, open it, and here you now see what we have just plotted in VieVS. If you go to DUT1, you now have specified the modified Julian date, the DUT1 value for this modified Julian date, and also the standard deviation. So that is everything you need to know for analyzing an intensive VLBI session. Thank you for watching.